All right, shalom, shalom. Like you say, all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all you brothers teaching in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, this is Tyler Yafjim, that's Boston coming back once again with a quick impromptu. I was watching Elder Apostle Tahar's video about the doomsday clock, and it's a minute and a half to midnight. Okay, and this is to that great destruction that's coming in Revelation 18 for Babylon the Great, mainly. All right, and things that got us to this point are being shown. It's evident. Okay, when you read Luke 21, right? Let's go there real quick. Luke 21. And let's see where I jump in at. I'll start at 7. All right. And it said, and they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And he said, Take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, right? And the time draweth near, go ye not therefore after them, right? But when you shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not by and by, right? So we hearing of these rumors of wars. We're seeing them. We're seeing what's going on over there in the region, Ukraine region. Okay, we see the talks that's perpetuating from that war. All right, we're seeing more nuclear tests being done by these nations, right? Russia, China, and North Korea mainly are the ones that's bringing forth these missiles. They brandishing these missiles. China, I think it was at the beginning of the year, they launched a missile that flew around the world, and nobody knew about it. Okay, under the radar. Okay. So this is definitely the time that that was spoken of. And I'm gonna read some more. It says, But when ye shall hear wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Then said unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Right? And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. All right. And, when you look at it, all these things are coming to pass. Solar eclipse of April 30th, 2022. Okay, that just happened. Then you got the launching of 3 ballistic missiles by North Korea, and one a couple of days ago. All right. from a submarine. Okay. Then you got Russia launching nukes left and right, testing them. Okay. So great destruction is about to come down on this place, right? And when you look at the, let's take a look at that real quick. It says, read it. It says, Earth is closer to a catastrophic global demise than ever before, with the famous doomsday clock of the bulletin of the atomic scientist being at 100 seconds to midnight. The doomsday clock was first created in 1947 as a metaphorical countdown to the end of the world as we know it, right? And it's metaphorical, okay? Ranging in, this adding up the things that's going to lead to the pushing of the button, okay? And I just read some of them, but when you go into the Apocrypha, which is more descriptive, okay? Especially with these nations being mad at Babylon the Great. Let's get that real quick. Slocky. It's Jeremiah 51:7. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, and made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Right? And this chapter, it goes specifically into launching of, or the preparedness of launching those nuclear missiles. Okay? Why? Because you see the underhandedness that these nations have been put through by the hand of the so-called rulership of Babylon the Great, which is ran by Edom. Okay. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and is destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches onto the heaven, right? Onto heaven, and it's lifted up even to the skies, right? So, like I said, the underhanded dealings of the so-called white man has spread forth across the whole earth, and now these nations are going to settle the score with this place once and for all right? Because, when you read Revelation's 18th chapter, it says Babylon is going to be destroyed within 1 hour, okay? So they're going to rain, the Lord is going to rain these nuclear missiles down on this place swiftly, man. That's what we getting ready to see. Okay, let's read down some. It says, how long is 100 seconds to midnight on the doomsday clock? Since it was created, the clock has wavered between 100 seconds at its closest point and 17 minutes to midnight. The Bulletin Sense and Security Board sets the doomsday clock each year to answer two important questions. Rachel Bronson, the group's president, said during the announcement. Right? Open this up. It says the bulletin of the atomic scientists kept the doomsday clock at 100 seconds to midnight for the third year in a row. The clock, which metaphorically counts the time until the end of the world, remains at the closest point it has ever been to midnight. And one of the group's leaders warned, "Steady is not good news." The unchanged time reflects the judgment of the board that we are stuck in a perilous moment that brings neither stability nor security. Okay, and this is also a speech that Vladimir Putin had gave some time back. I can't recall what year it was, but it was about nuclear proliferation, if I'm saying the word right, and the agreement to have it signed by all nations. Okay, and America refused to sign it, so Putin refused to sign it too. And one of the things that Putin said, he said, we're on a dangerous path now, that it's only going to end one way. And I can never find the interview. I looked and looked for the interview, and I can't find it anywhere. But yeah, man, this is exactly where it is, man. It's in an unstable and a nor security place right now. Okay. It said the professor at George Washington University and co-chair of the Bulletin Science and Security Board. The announcement made Thursday at virtual news conference marked the 75th anniversary of the symbolic timepiece since it was created. The clock has wavered between 100 seconds and its closest point in 17 minutes to midnight. Okay, here go the two questions that I was looking for. It says, is humanity safer or at great risk this year compared to last year? And is humanity safer or at greater risk this year compared to the 75 years we've been asking the questions? The decision, she added, is an assessment of the threat to human existence, with a focus on man-made threats, nuclear, climate change, and new disruptive technologies. Okay, and there you have it. Okay, these are the things. These are the threats. Okay, you got this new technology coming out, right, to track people and to waver people's consciousness. All right, and I'm talking about the grain of rice. Okay, if you know, you know. And for those that don't know, read Revelation, the 13th chapter. Okay. In that part, I think it's around I don't want to say it too loud and get the video chopped. That's how YouTube plays now, you know. Let's go to it. And so I can just give you a quick glimpse. When you get down to 16 to 18, all right, read that. And these new technologies is what's, all right, it's what's to also bring the threat closer. And then you got Elon Musk with the Neuralink, all right. The second MOTB, okay. So that moved the doomsday clock faster. It says the doomsday clock moved to 100 seconds in 2020, the first time the clock had passed the 2-minute mark since its inception, Salaki. Okay, and then you got the global climate change theory out there. Okay, pushing it closer. Why? Because they're disrupting the earth. Okay, with their little fandangled scheme. And it all goes back to these nations gathering themselves together, making themselves an array against Babylon the Great, man. Because these ideas are cooked up from here, man. Okay? Yeah, see, man, a bunch of hogwash. Yeah. But nevertheless, it's moving closer to the end because the end was written from the beginning by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, man. All right. And then you got the moral compass on the earth is screwed. Okay. It's gonna push people closer. Let's get this real quick and then I'm gonna close it out. Like I said, I ain't want to make it too lengthy, but we're right at the foot threshold of this nuclear war popping off, you know. And like Elder Apostle Tahar says, man, that MOTB come, man. Once that starts getting implanted in people, oh, we gonna see a change, man. Change in everything. It's second Esdras 15 and 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and evading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right. And one of the course of their actions, right, is the violence amongst the citizens of all these kingdoms. It's going to be ramped up. The vibration of or the energy, let's say that's going to be on the earth is going to be that of destruction, destruction, destruction. And it's all perpetuated by who? Esau, Edom, man. They're going to cause hunger. They're going to cause famine, which is hunger. They're going to cause these type of rich and poor wars. Okay. The have-nots wars. All these things are going to go to the forefront. While that clock is teetering closer to that midnight position, man. You know, and these kings already have an evil thought in their head, like the scriptures say. Okay? And that evil thought is to take down this place. Babylon the Great. Let's get this real quick. This is Isaiah 34 and 1. It says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. Salaki. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. All right. So during this time right here, right, the Lord is gonna that destruction is going to be so much, right, that their systems are going to be covered with blood. That means their rulership, everything is going to be, like I said, it's going to be downtrodden. It's going to be and chaos. Okay, let's get that. Let me open it up on the blue letter, Salaki. Verse 4. And all of the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their host shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Right? The nation of Edom. It says, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of the kidneys of ram. For the Lord hath sacrificed in Bozrah, in a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, Babylon the Great. And the unicorn shall come down with them. All right. And the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. Right? And that's basically when that clock hits that 12, man. This is what's gonna go down. All right? The missiles are gonna fly to and fro on the earth. Joel second chapter, right? It states how those missiles are going to fly and not miss its rank. Their ranks, Salaki. So yeah, man, this is what's coming in the very near future. All right, and that metaphorical sign that they have with the doomsday clock on it is a minute and a half away from the clock striking 12. So we're at the threshold of that nuclear destruction that's coming. The abysm of destruction. And it's on its way, man. Sure as the signs in the heavens have pointed out, the earthquakes in diverse places, right? The things that you see in 2nd Esdras 15, 2nd Esdras 16. The time is upon us, man. And the only thing that, the Lord's true people, the small remnant, is to do is wait ye upon the Lord, repent, and do your due diligence in seeking the Lord in these times before the door of mercy close. That's it. And, sticking to these prophecies. These prophecies are what makes the hopeful elect stable in these days, man. All the rest of these people are going to be running up and down the street screaming, crying, and dying. Okay? Waiting to be sticks for the fire. So yeah, man. 100 seconds. And then the lake of fire. That's what's coming. So with that, I want to say all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom, Abba Babal, and Kwam Yasharala.